doing this, there was going to be a lot of ignorance in the response to it.
Yeah.
When all you should really be thinking about is a woman that is still a mother that is still grieving.
Yeah.
A mother that is mourning and putting out a statement because she knew what her son did, or legacy that he left, and the people that were inspired by him. So she thought that it was her duty in a way, and to raise awareness on the use of recreational drugs within our community, or even in the wider communities, because he was still a young man. So I don't think scrutiny should be the first thing that you should look towards, but this is just me being idealistic.
But can you resonate with a lot of us growing up with shame being a thing?
Absolutely.
You don't air your dirty laundry in public. So I think if I'm going to give those people any leeway, it's coming from a place of tradition, how we're growing up. Like, you don't talk about your family business outside, not because they have any malice towards her, but just going off how we're raised. That's what it is.
Yeah. But none of you niggas have a Jamal Edwards in your family.
Yeah.
People say that.
Now, for me, I had an issue with that though. The way people responded to that was so bad.
just in terms of like, you know, someone that's out there that, you know, high profile, public figure in it. So I think, and she is someone that is public as well.
Yeah.
She's on daytime TV.
The death was highly publicized because of the stature of the man.
Of course.
So I mean, some people say that she didn't have to, but I am proud of her bravery.
Absolutely.
Rest in peace, Jamal Edwards, as always. And most importantly,
does this tarnish the legacy a little?
No.
It depends on who you speak to, not me.
Yeah.
Not me. It's a shame that you know, it's come down to that, and people will have that eye towards him, but not me.
Yeah.
Because there's also that discussion between his cause of death due to the you know, the use of recreational drugs and an overdose. There's a big difference as well. There's a lot of people would take that as an overdose.
Okay,
where it could just be a bad reaction.
Yeah, or you could have just bought a dodgy pill. You could have bought a dodgy.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Dodgy line of coke, whatever. Yeah,
that's why like the wording is important in this case.
Some people still waiting for. They still want like. It's always weird these things, isn't it? Because people do want cold hard facts. Some people want to know what the drug was specifically.
People do want to know what the drug was specifically.
Because recreational drugs is loose for some people.
And for those that advocate for a certain drug, they're going to be like, nah, clear it up.
Oh, for people that like, okay, advocate for weed and stuff, they want to know.
Yeah, or like, you know,
or party drugs.
Whatever your poison is, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I hear it. I hate having the conversation around him, but I think if we're going off what she's saying, at the end of the day, to raise awareness, then we do have to have the chat. And listen, man's been outside. We've all been outside. You go to certain dances, certain parties, certain different elements and that. But I remember the first time I went to Vauxhall properly, I said, oh, this is where all the roadmen are. Or London Bridge. Okay, oh, house raves. Okay, all right. You lot are here free and all right. Because we always joke about like, we was joking about earlier about like going to like house raves and that. And that's when you buck the light-skinned vegan girls who like coke and that. There's always a little hench black brother around there as well. Like he's in there too.
Absolutely.
You know? And and you do pills, you do coke. Okay, cool. So you know, like people party in it. So
a lot of niggas grew up neglecting themselves when they looked in the mirror. Like they've gone out and pointed the finger at nitties. You're a nitty, bro.
True.
Like you're doing the same shit.
Yeah, it's true.
You're taking the same drug as they're taking, but obviously
different form, maybe.
There's certain men that say that they can function with heroin, you know, and there's a lot that can't.
People sip lean, you know, so everyone has their vices in it. So
absolutely,
we do have to be careful having a mature, serious conversation about how we stigmatize, how we look at people, because at the end of the day, once people are like, this is nothing to do with my rest in peace. When people are like addicts, you're talking about someone that has an illness, a disease
as well.
Yeah, so it is sad, but yeah, I echo what you said. I don't know how you feel, Manny.
I think for me, my issue was more so how we try to like police how she said it or what she did. I'm like, that's her child that passed away, and I feel like when you read the whole statement, she's always trying to reinforce this. And what happened is like, he will always be that man that changed the game, you know. So I feel like you can't look at what he did. But I think for me personally, I can separate the personal choice that he made to what he did for the culture. Like, I don't think it links together, if that makes sense. It's two separate things. And like, to make you rest in peace. And I wish her all the healing, because for me, that comes from my mother and son home. Like, for me, I can only imagine how she's feeling. So I'm just...
Because he died at home, bro. I think came from a DJ gig. And then it was him and the mum and the sister that had to go and, like, revive him. Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, I could imagine going through that.
And here is where the awareness lies. By... She didn't stigmatize anyone.
No.
Yeah.
She didn't.
For, you know, doing the same thing, but knowing that these are the potential dangers.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful.
I will say one thing though, yeah. For some of us that get to certain heights and certain places and start being on another level outside, there are dangers of clubland and peer pressure and being in certain settings. I won't say too much if you read between the lines. Being around certain people, reach a new level. There's a certain level of normalcy that these things, they seem like in that setting, innit?
Yeah.
So I do want for a lot of our people, it's happened to people previously, it's probably happened to them right now. But I won't even mention artists that we talked about. Like, right, my man looks a bit underweight, and you're going to them parties, you're hanging around them people, and so, unfortunately, this is what comes with it, because people need stuff to numb the pain or to get through the night. It's a scary space to be in, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a thin line as well in how we comment on things, because sometimes you don't want to be insensitive. You know, we are in the midst of mental health month for men, so we look at these celebrities all the time. We can notice a change,
absolutely,
in their appearance. So when a Donny's looking gaunt, it's like the thin line is like, rah, he might be sick, so watch how you step.
It's the Chadwick thing. We all learned from that. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But prior to that, if you're skinny, you're cokehead. You're
with me. But then the other side is like, nah, like this Donny is fully in this thing.
Yeah. And it usually happens when they get to a certain level of fame, celebrity, money. So it's like, that's why I get scared, I get worried in it. So there's some things that I need to be left on the cutting room floor that we want to speak about here. Yeah. For those people that were already like, because a lot of people knew the reason why he passed away, like prior, like, you know, because, and also it wasn't a surprise to them because they'd seen my man outside as well. Yeah. So, you know, I just hope for everyone, like, it's happened to worse people. It's not, that kind of thing isn't above you. Yeah. Yeah. I've been outside and, you know, people, someone might pass you a drink, or do you want to take this? And my thing is not, I'm not better than you. I'm scared. That's all. That's only
looking a little fizzy.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's ever kept me like, I'm shook, bro. Yeah. And that fear sometimes can keep you safe, bro. I'm scared.
I respect that.
So I don't want to. You know, until he said, I want to party. I don't want to party like that. I'm okay. I'm alright. I'll watch it on Insta. Yeah. Respect that. From the comfort of my home. So R.I.P to Jamal Edwards. Massive love and respect to his mum for coming out, and, you know, like, that's very brave. I wouldn't have done it, so that's why I super respect what she did in it. So
yeah, massive respect to his mum and his sister. I hope God covers them during this time.
Absolutely,
that's the only thing that I can say. Amen.
Yes, it's heavy, man. But
on a lighter note, let's get into a lighter note.
I wanted to. We will do. We have to say R.I.P Hypo as well. Okay, I do want to get live, but before we go, you do have to say that. Like, for me, I just feel like that. Me and H were talking before we went to the party. And I was like, rah, like, I just see Donny on Insta flexing, like, getting ready for the party and in a dance, smoking, having a good time, looking like he's enjoying. And then to hear the news, like a day later, that this had happened, that he passed away. Some people might not know who that is, but that's a rapper from Mashtown, from East London. So people like your Trickies, your J Spades, your Margs, you know. So. And he was a force where he was from, innit? Like, he was a face. So, but aside from all of that, you see when you see Donny's growing, you're like, okay, cool. Donny just proposed to his lady, just had a baby recently. So I look at those things like, this is fucked. Like, people die all the time, you know. Life unfortunately moves on and that, but like, in real time, to see someone you follow, like, you're aware of from our culture, whatever, our community, and see, like, just maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago, super happy, celebrating life, making plans for the future. For that to be cut short, for something that I can gauge and guess was trivial.
We are in real treacherous times, I think.
Listen.
Like, honestly. Yeah. It's way too many death announcements for me, personally. And there are way too many scenarios where I'm like, if I assess certain situations,
Avoidable.
there are certain things that are avoidable. I know that sometimes, you know, it may be unfair to say, especially like, you know, when we're discussing someone.
But you can take it off them. We can make it broad to...
We can make it broad. And these are a lot of situations that I may be talking about. But...
Because you don't go to certain dances. I know you don't go to certain dances.
I do not appear in certain places.
Dances.
Yeah.
I do not appear in certain places.
Like if you got to roll a certain way, I ain't going.
Yeah. And if I know, I feel like I have a good sense of awareness, energy-wise, when I'm somewhere.
Yeah.
The vibe is off. Cut. Let's cut. The vibe is off.
Still doesn't mean, obviously, God forbid, that it is above you, though. Like,
yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
We all come from praying homes. God doesn't love me more than he loves that person. Like, you know, like God hasn't got favorites, I hope. But like, we're just trying to gauge it from, we're looking again from our perspective, you know, thinking, oh, why did my man go there? Like, could have just wanted to go out and have a good time.
Yeah.
And we should also be allowed that, innit? So
we should.
It's just, my thing is just sad. Like, aside from the man, like your mum, your fiance, your child, those people ain't got you no more. Like, you know, and we could talk about all the other stuff, and we could speak about another. It will always be relatable because that is true. I've had conversations with my brothers like, "Are you going there? I ain't coming with you, bro." Yeah. And I'm not even anyone like.
Don't even go there, bro.
Yeah, like it's not happening, bro. Obviously, I'll tell you not to go, but like, I'm not going. So you should take that from what I'm doing. Move accordingly, innit? So, but you can't force grown men how to move, innit? You know, and many a man in London, old school man, are gonna step how they're gonna step, regardless of history, what they've done, where they've been. Do you know why? Because man feel like they can't tell them nothing. You know, and that's something that needs to be addressed at a certain point. But that might be for the guys that are knee deep in that thing, because I don't feel like that's my people. People don't want to hear that from me, innit? There's certain voices that needs to come from, and it's gonna resonate harder from.
There was a Skepta tweet that was circulating over the weekend.
What was the tweet?
I think it was a while ago, back in 2015.
Okay.
You leave the house, complete the mission,
and come home,
and you get back to your house. That applies to a lot of people.
Big facts.
Especially when you live a certain way. Go outside, complete the mission, go back home.
Yeah. Bro, I just want to be happy, healthy, be around my people, and just stay out of the way, man.
That's literally it.
Stay out of the way.
Yeah. But we can. I said R.I.P Hypo. Love to all your peoples. We can get a little bit lighthearted, hopefully. You got a podcast?
Yeah, we got a guest in the room, man. Let's talk about it.
Classic Manny podcast.
Yeah.
What do you discuss on your podcast? Sell yourself in 60 seconds.
Let's go.
I'm being silly.
My podcast is called The Classic Manny Show. Talk about all things pop culture. So I have the classic fave segment where I talk about my favorite classic album or song, latest releases, trending topics. There's sometimes like a discussion, whatever. Yeah, it's gone on for about 2 years. I've taken a break currently, but I'll be back. People have been messaging me.
Yeah,
I'll be back.
Been wondering that, like,
I know.
You know, I love a bit of pop culture, me.
Yeah, I love pop culture. I love classic albums.
I'll start telling you as well. Work has been flogging me, but I'm trying to find that balance and come back. But I do love having that podcast and being a part of the community, you know.
No, we obviously follow each other. I always see your tweets about. It's your tweets about music and popular culture, but tweets about music always get me. So I'm like, I wanted to get you on. I think this is good to have you on as well because the BET Awards nominations came out, innit?
All right.
Yeah. And the young gentleman, Lil Nas X, by the looks of it, has not been nominated at all. You know.
Right.
But Jack Harlow is the one that he put on, but okay.
For his last album, right?
His last album, song, just any he's not had any nomination. Yeah. And Jack Harlow has been nominated, who he collaborated with on Industry Baby.
Yes.
Which is like hundreds of millions of views on YouTube.
Yeah,
that helped. I think we even forgot that when we were speaking about that, having that conversation about Jack Harlow and his album and like them trying to push him to be the next guy. I even forgot like that was a collaboration that propelled him as well. So, what do we think of that? Like, him not being nominated?
It's so mad because in terms of numbers, in terms of even impact, example like Jack Harlow, he's put that whole man on right now, if that makes sense. So it's really crazy. Like, if not him, then who? Because like there should be a space for him. If not in pop, maybe in rap. I don't know what the issue was, but it's so crazy because at least as a new artist or as a male artist, because you got the weekend. The whole category thing is just a big issue when it comes to award shows, like the BETs, the AMAs, the MTVs. It's just weird. Like, we're crazy times.
I don't know. His award run.
He's won
right.
Grammys. He's won Grammys, yeah.
Grammy aside. So I don't know how he's done on the Billboard Awards, the AMAs. What's the other one? The VMAs. I'm not too sure, but do you feel as though it's our community that shunned him?
Absolutely.
I mean, if you don't get awarded, that's the BET Awards is our award.
Yeah, so I'm only asking because I don't like all the other awards that I mentioned. I don't know how he's done.
That's our community.
But I know it was a successful album.
Yeah.
I know that the campaign was controversial.
Oh yeah. That combined visual.
The visuals, the blood in the trainers, like all of these things. So
he's taking it as like. I'll ask direct question. Do we think he didn't get nominated because of his sexuality?
I feel like it contributes, but then they came up with a whole statement. They were like, it's down to the voting academy, and it's like, who is the voting academy? Like, we can't tell because people thought it was the BETs. But
Frank Ocean was cleaning up. That could be someone's rebuttal.
But he responded and said like, I don't know about this year, but he said that like, when you're presenting a bit more feminine, you're gonna face more. Because that
is an aspect.
What's my man's got the Teen Vogue cover recently? Sauce Santana. So like, if you're that flamboyant, you're gonna struggle with them. And also, Frank doesn't really say much. He's a bit of a disappearing act. You know,
he's played it so well. I respect that.
So
it's a hard industry.
Like Lil Nas, he's got like a fuck BET song, and he's on that generation of being on Twitter. So he's clapping back, he's trolling well on Twitter, and that. However big your followers or small your following, if you tweet something nothing like, he's gonna respond back. So he's been quite vocal, and I think his stance from what it seems is that he thinks he's being excluded because of his sexuality. Because my thing is, traditionally they've got it wrong, where like maybe they don't pick our guys, but if it's our award show, he should get the awards because regardless of whether
just nomination, really,
numbers wise,
they all loved him during Old Town Road though. But as he became a lot more into himself, because obviously Old Town Road was
as he became gayer.
He was not out at that time. It was not out.
It was his introduction. So I think he was a little bit more reluctant to reveal that. But then once it hit Billy, it's like, yo,
oh, you gay?
You gonna beat me?
But also, it's like at the time we had a decent enemy. We was fighting the racist white man, the racist establishment who wouldn't let you into country, and who were trying to push you out. So he had support in it. So, but I think I don't know. I can't categorically say it's because of that. I would like to see more from their perspective. I just don't understand why, like you said, if Jack Harlow's getting nominated, how he can't get nominated, and if it's a numbers thing, he ticks those boxes. So, what reason would it be for him to not get nominated?
Even visually, I think let's say the music is not their taste, okay, but visually, who was doing like him? Like the Normani was snubbed as well. I think she was snubbed as well.
I think it's weird as well. Like he's done all the other award shows and performing them, so like they've added him to their rollout, and like if you perform, it's almost like not a guarantee, but a damn near guarantee you're going to be getting an award. So if the Grammys are acknowledging you, I can understand it why you feel weird if your own people aren't rating. Like when H asked earlier about or you asked, I don't know, about are we rating our people? Maybe that's why they want to run over there and get the awards. So if now he says F the BET awards, because you complain about artists not going to these smaller awards or the awards that are our things, can we wrong him if now he just wants to go to the white party?
That's a valid argument to have, because it's a problem. Nori tweeted something the other day, like, you know, you lot don't want to come over to. I've been doing this for so long. I'm the best at doing this or whatever. But you guys wanna. It is questionable. It is 100% questionable. I hear it. But just in terms of what we're discussing, Donnie was like, "Yeah, I'm the best at doing this, blah blah blah." But you guys want to run off to.
He's got Drink Champs.
He's got a podcast called Drink Champs, which you know is it's a big deal. Like he gets,
Revolt,
you know, it's Revolt. He gets
I'll
big
look into that.
interviews and whatnot. But he's saying that you guys prefer to run to your Ellen DeGeneres or David Letterman and try to have a conversation about hip hop.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, I hear him.
Oh, yeah.
But
okay, I see.
I mean, if they're to boost their profile,
Everybody's trying to go for the thing that gives them the highest probability of selling.
yeah,
I've seen people here maybe move a little bit shaky, maybe coming here and going other places.
absolutely.
Because people,
Speak on it, King.
What is it? Your Nubian king?
Speak on it. Speak on it.
No, but it's just the truth. Like, and I can't wrong people if they like, this person over here has this many subscribers, this much visibility. Do you want your trainers in Champ Sports or do you want them in Selfridges? Where's got the most footfall? Like that's where it comes from. Now I understand why someone like him will be upset, because if you're preaching one second,
I had gripes with that.
if you're preaching like the black excellence thing, or like maybe supporting your people, because at the end of the day these platforms won't grow because like let's say I remember good parallel. I remember when Halfcast were just audio, then it became visual. Yeah, the first guest was who? JME, and of course they would do episodes with the Mandem and stuff. The week I think it was. Do you remember Hedge? Was it the week Gigs? Bless them. I think after the Gigs one, there was like a trajectory. So then Harvey comes on the sofa, Krypton Conan, Reggie Yates comes on the sofa, Swiss Beats on. This is at the studio across the road. Yeah, this is even before this litness now. Like this. I'm just naming in a quick succession, week by week. They almost became a guest-led podcast without even realizing like they had a high-profile guest on every week because one person decided not to bypass you, and now everybody else is comfortable to come here.
The thing about Halfcast and these things as well is because these men are going to the right places that are having the right conversations. I don't mind you going to the spots where it has the most visibility, but are we gonna have the conversations? Are these people really qualified to have these conversations with you?
Numbers qualify people in the day and age we're living now in. Numbers qualify people.
But it doesn't sometimes. This is why like the UK is in disarray and brands don't know what to do with all the content creators that we have because they're scrambling for numbers more so than the people who are the right fit.
Absolutely. I'm with you. I'm just saying
that's
that's the day and age we live in now.
But this is why I'm saying that we don't know good things because of mismanagement and certain things that aren't in place. Like sometimes, and I think that a lot more people are starting to realize that this ain't the way because there's a gang of podcasts that are more than qualified to be in certain opportunities, but it's not being presented to them because numbers.
So I say that to say this: like, comment, subscribe,
facts.
You know, engage. Use the hashtag Offthecuffpod. Because me too, I want to buy a bus out.
Yeah, I was here last year saying that like ITV like run a check to Black Girls Living for the Love Island segment that they've been doing.
Big girls, Vic and Jazz.
And you know what it is? It's good you're saying this, because I don't know if you see Meet Us After 7 have stopped where they're going to start their podcast on episode 300. And shouts out to them. Shouts out Big Man. You shouts out Gene. Just Gene. And I hope I'm quoting them correctly. Aside from other things and maybe like schedules not aligning, part of the reason why like that it kind of maybe helped the decision to stop was because they didn't feel they were getting that engagement back from the audience. People are definitely listening. Yeah. But the things that boost you. Yeah. People have to use your hashtag. You have to talk about your social. It's like when our influencer friends drop a photo on the gram. It's not just liking it, go in and comment. And don't comment influencer. Yeah. Comment something appropriate. Because these brands need to see proper. I like this that you've recommended. I'm going to get this product because brands need to see people are fully engaged with you. Now, hopefully it happens organically. We like organic love, but we also come from an era of eating GMO. Like, I don't mind a GMO burger from time to time. So if we need that to boost the stuff, let's do it because I don't want to see that, especially people that like our rate we've had on here. We've been on their thing, and I'm sure they're going to go into bigger, better things. This is not the end for them. Uses on TDA, the other show, and Just Jean her profile's building and building more in the fitness world and with Gymshark, all the stuff she's doing. But just seeing people on our level say that, you can understand like it can get real for people, innit? You know, so if you rock with someone, support them, innit?
This is where the frustration comes from, and this is why I'm speaking in this way, just because of what I see.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it's not a knock to anyone because like, yo, go grab your opportunity, innit? But it's just like, like, you know, the people that can actually make a difference aren't looking in the right places. That's why people are starting to become fed up of the same faces. Asking people to speak about certain shit that
is above them.
Why are you going there?
Yeah, go on, man. You go.
I'm laughing because when you ask me why I've taken a break on the podcast, I gave the half truth, but I feel like me being here is for a reason.
This is a safe space. Speak your mind.
I don't want to say I think my friends have suffered. They've heard how I really feel. I feel like this industry, who you know matters. I'm not against who you know, but who you know is powerful. And I feel like for me, I don't want to ever get to a place where I have to compromise who I am to be able to make it. If I've got to compromise that, I don't want to do it. I will happily put it aside. I feel like for me, for example, pop culture, no matter where I am, I'm going to talk about pop culture. If it's going to be my friends, at work, my friends, I'm also to my colleagues about pop culture. So I love that, but I feel like this industry, it's a funny one. It's a very funny one. I feel like who you know matters. And sometimes...
Are you saying someone hasn't responded to your emails, your DMs?
No, not even just that. Not even just that, but I feel like maybe how... And also, even the Lil Nas thing is what I can understand that thing, because even being queer in the podcasting scene, like even being invited here, I'm really appreciative to be invited here because certain places will not invite me because of the fact I'm queer. That's the fact of the situation. Like even events, all that kind of stuff.
You ain't got disease, bro. You're right, bro.
But the funny thing, they think that, but you guys know.
Yeah.
So I'm really grateful. So being invited here,
That's
I
live,
really
man. That's love.
it.
Thanks for coming, bro.
I appreciate it so much, but it's true. Like how people are frustrated, people are tired, and I don't blame them. Like, I'm about to hang it up.
and that's what I said to say this. Podcast over.
Flat screen.
But there's a space for the content that you provide, and there's people that love you and listen to you, and sometimes it's like, man, you know, I fucks with the listeners heavy. Got time for all of you.
But they put up on Friday, bro. I had so much people saying like, I love you, what you lot do. So I don't ever want to get to that space where like I'm so worried about who's not showing me love, and people are here showing me love actively.
This is my point, and and we need to hone in on that. And you know, they deserve a lot because they put the hours in to listen to us.
And sometimes you can be getting love right and realize you're getting love, because like I know what it is like it's good for the ego boost and also it's profile, innit? I'll be very transparent. That's why I really bang about use the hashtag, comment, subscribe, all those things. But at the end of the day, the word of mouth thing is there. You know, like the parties is there, the live show, if we do merch, all the other things that like H is on to me about, like there'll be different ways people can show you love, innit? And when people rock with you, they will show you, innit? So sometimes just kind of test your audience. That's why I was like, I didn't want to dilly-dally the part, let's do it. And the next things we do now, I'm not going to dilly-dally with, let's do it, because also you've got, if you're not, you can't double talk people, innit? There's definitely stuff that a lot of us that are independent can do more of. And to build a bigger profile, it's not just, I put the podcast out, you should use the hashtag. There's
absolutely,
stuff you can do more of.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'm happy that you said that, because I think that it was our anniversary last week. A fucking word from us.
That was me
because
as well.
Because
life was life in it.
Life was life in it, and like we appreciate how far we've come. 7 years we've been doing this. So that means to me that
I've been talking to you every week for 7 years.
God,
that means to me, that we've made an impact, whether people want to admit it or not. There was the London podcast show over last week, not an invite in sight. And I'm like, bro, like it's not even like from an entitlement thing, but like where's the acknowledgement from a black content or a podcast space?
Did anybody that looks like us that you would rate in our space, were any of them there?
There were like, you know, 2 or 3.
That's how I kind of gauge it. So because it's not like I said,
in the midst of like the podcast scene, and how we've contributed to that,
of course,
in the UK, there's not enough respect for me.
I only ask that just because like, when I'm trying not to take it personal, I see that. So if I didn't see another black, blacks there, like, okay, I'm not a special black, so they didn't invite any of us. That's how I look at it. But if you've seen it, there's a few people there, bro. Like in the words of, you know, big hypes and mugs, love man or hate man, just rate man, innit? Like, and man's getting the ratings outside, bro. So I'm trying. I'm not infallible. Don't get twisted. I'll have my days and that, but they love me.
Yeah.
I feel the love outside, bro.
Our audience are our audience, and
the
the
way they
people
hug
that
me
our
is different.
audience have recommended, they fuck with us too. The streets love us, so I can't complain, innit? We just had a successful event. Yeah. People are still on the streets. People are still calling for a live show. So I'm grateful that we have that. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm speaking for all the others.
Yeah, and the wider perspective, innit? Because what you're saying, of course, it's a different level with bringing it back to the Nori and Drink Champs thing. But I do on one hand understand it. It's like because I think it came off the back of Cardi B, so she has David Letterman has like a series on Netflix where he speaks to certain people. So Cardi,
I was in
Will
reference
Smith.
to her, yeah.
He didn't say. He said it wasn't, but it was just funny timing.
Coinky-dink.
So coinky-dink, innit? And she hasn't done one, but he's got Mike Tyson on the recent one. He's got one with Dave Chappelle. So it's like you do all these high-profile people. Cardi, like Drake, doesn't speak to people all the time. He still did Elliot Wilson. There will be times, innit? It's just that with the most high-profile people, they can dictate when they do or don't do stuff. J Hus does not talk to us, bro. He hates us. Yeah, he doesn't speak to us, bro.
But
he only speaks to us when it's time to drop music.
It is a personality thing as well. Do you know what I'm saying? I think Drake became disgruntled by his treatment.
Yeah, by the community. Yeah,
by the community.
Of course, but then there'll be context in it, and I think sometimes.
But then it goes back to what I was saying.
Yeah,
you go to the right people for the right content.
Yeah,
going on Rap Radar as a rapper is not a bad place to go.
Of course, yeah.
I don't mind.
That's Elliot a no-brainer, innit?
Yeah, I don't mind Elliot Wilson and B Dot. They produce it well, and you look at Elliot Wilson's rap sheet. He's qualified for this,
and they do it in Drake's house. We make you comfortable. We come to you when you're the big act. We can come to you.
Yeah,
like I will make that true. Make it make sense.
You went to see Jay.
Yeah,
in the Rock Nation office somewhere in California.
When we sat, they had the brunch and that, and had the tea party.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It was still a good conversation. So yeah,
at least you've gone to someone who's qualified to sit with you for an hour and a half or two and speak about shit that we want to hear.
Right. It would be lovely if Drake goes and sits down with the young girl that's got a YouTube channel, has got like 10k subscribers, but it's highly unlikely.
Yeah, but this is not what I'm asking for, because like you're talking about someone that is at the helm of global music. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so I wouldn't expect him to do that. You know, Drake does
Nori's
like
a big deal in
things.
podcasting, a massive deal in podcasting.
Yeah,
so
we saw him like at a bar with a random babe on Twitter saying, "Oh yeah, Drake," and he's like, "Yeah, it's on me. It better be on you, nigga."
No, you are right. Those are two mad extremes in it. So Drake going on Drink Champs. Yes, it'll be a big deal, but Drink Champs are also a big deal, and they have high profile guests on it. So, but it's like the setting, innit? If we're gonna go there and like, I'm trying to protect my brand, because that's what one thing people forget as well. There are people want to look after. Like Meg Thee Stallion's never done the Breakfast Club, and they had a similar thing where I think she might have gone to sit with Vogue, and Envy was talking about like certain black artists not coming to them. But if it's not advantageous to me in this moment, why would I go there? You also got to respect that as well. Like I know, you know, we want to have. We don't want it to be cookie cutter. Everyone's got different styles, innit? You might want to go to a place where they might ask you the tough questions, but maybe I don't want to be asked any questions. Like, and artists are going to dodge you. That is what it is. But also remember, on the way down now, when you aren't no longer in those spaces, what then kind of happens, innit? You know?
Yeah, that's
people don't forget though. That's the thing. So
that's when hip hop becomes the rug.
Stay hot forever. If you want to be able to move like that, stay hot forever. You know,
that's when the hip hop becomes the rug, innit?
Yeah.
There's one thing I wanted to kind of touch on is that, like, as podcasters, when I look at people's frustrations or things, I think it's very imperative that they look at 3 different aspects, which are where you direct your frustration or where it actually comes from. Do you see what I'm saying? Because there's the consumer, one, there's the talent, which is yourself and your peers, and then there's the establishment, which would be the businesses and the brands. Do you see what I'm saying? And they all have a place and time and how they will either contribute or take away from what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? And I think being very clear in how you utilize each of these things and not to blur the lines is the best way to navigate within this industry, which is also very young. So as as podcasters navigate through this space, people should also understand and take on that you are also defining the industry in every move you make. That would go for you guys, that would go for you, my brother. Do you see what I'm saying? You're defining the space as you're in it. So it's not old enough for anything to be set in stone. Do you get me? So anything
we can kind of set the new rules.
Do you get me? So it, literally, you could change it within a month. Do you know what I mean? And I just wanted to highlight that more than anything else, because my perspective is a very unique stance. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I've seen this.
Because you're housing all the talent essentially.
Do you see what I'm saying? I've seen it from
Free Shots Tequila came through your doors.
Do you get
Receipts
me?
podcast came through your doors.
From the ground up. Man's built stuff and supported
from
things.
the days of no edits.
You see what I'm saying? So I do look at it from a different perspective, and I appreciate it, but I want everyone to remember that nothing is in stone yet. Do you get me?
Yeah,
things can change.
That's
so
important,
even with the frustration and wanting to stop, and also anyone listening or anyone wanting to stop, it's like you stopping could be why loads of people stop.
Wow.
And you carrying on could be why more loads of people start, and you carrying on could be how the industry changes if there's something that we don't like. Because like I said, it's not 100 years, it's not even 20 years old. It's just about 10 over here, if that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's room for change, and man can do it.
That's powerful.
Man, just
that was definitely needed. Come on.
Preacher on preacher.
No, that was needed.
Chris just like, yeah, you guys, have your man chat.
You go off, black man.
No, because me and H have had some separate chats, and I think even us as a podcast, everyone wants to wax lyrical. Like, there's definitely, when I was saying earlier, it relates to me, and I speak to myself first and foremost. There's still a lot more we can do as well, and everyone's got to learn, because it's so new. You've got to learn the business. There is a fun side of just going studio. Okay, link up your brethren, talking about certain stuff,
The exciting part of it.
Man has definitely put the man hours in. So you've paid to play in regards to time. You may have to pay to play on another level where you might need to partner with someone. Everybody wants to be independent or like own all their stuff, but I think I was watching, ironically, Nick Cannon on the Joe Budden podcast, and he's talking about his deals with like MTV, Viacom, etc. And he like got a new deal with them recently. Cool, everyone wants to be independent, but if it's not worth shit, go and take that big bag of money and go and feed your people and put other people on and do it. Because there's a lot of other stuff we can do in it. Because you, like I said, when you're early, you can kind of set the rules. This can become not just a podcast, a show.
People are figuring out what to do. Like, there's bags there that people haven't even realized they can get.
I've seen other people slowly become personalities and maybe lean into the fashion thing or do like. There's loads of places to take it other than just at the very core. I want to be able to see my friends every week and have a good time. But there has to be a certain point where like people are getting more for that, as long as they want that, of course. Yeah,
and it falls into what you want. But Fols hit the nail on the head. I'll talk to Fols on a regular basis just about things that can be done. And it's like, when you're saying about the fun parts, the exciting, it's people recording their podcast and putting it out, which is banging, and you get the gratification from people feeling it. But are you emailing people the same way you're emailing people for your job? Or if you're doing a 9 to 5, are you treating it with the same respect or discipline as that? Because if you're not, the reflection might become a lot more clearer. So it's not a matter of your talent, it's what you're building around it. Do you see what I'm saying?
Bro, what's the old adage about talent and hard work?
Bro,
hard work's always going to beat talent.
Do you see what I'm saying? Bro. So to be disciplined and direct your energy in a way that, I know, because it's young, the examples aren't everywhere. There's only a few examples of what people perceive as the success or the end all and be all, but no one's reached the end yet. Do you see what I'm saying? Sometimes it looks like that, but no one's there. Nobody's there. No one's over here. No one's.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us over here, unfortunately, in our community, we struggle with sharing information.
And that's another thing. Like, bro, there's enough money going around. It's just that you have to really have that hat on. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, just have it on. Yeah. But H out.
That's it. H out.
Amazing. No, that was needed. It was definitely needed. I appreciate that.
Secure the bag, man.
We can close it. In closing, we can get some new music we're feeling. You can go first, man. Is there anything you're feeling? Anything you can recommend? New, old, whatever?
I think there's no way I can recommend anything without talking about Bella, my baby girl Bella. I love me some Bella and Prototype. Prototype is prototyping. Listen, I love that song.
We rock with Bella on the podcast, definitely do.
Yeah.
Obviously YouTube fans, I don't want to play anything because unless I just get back the social to me at the end. But we fuck with Bella. You've had her on your pod as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
she's amazing.
Yeah, no, she's definitely a talent.
I'd like to chat to Bella.
Yeah.
I'll message her. Let me know. I'll message her right now. I'll let her know.
Yeah,
do that, man. Definitely get her on. I've been listening to VORY's album.
Yeah.
I don't know if are you a Meek Mill fan? Okay, maybe not.
On and off.
Tough crowd. Yeah, VORY's got an album out. What's VORY's album called again? Let me pull this up.
I took it into
Lost Souls.
Took it in today.
He had a snippet I played. I think it's called Lesson Learned when Meek was on $1 Million Worth of Game with Gilly and Wallow. And I was like, I want to hear this full song. So when the album come out, I was like, I listened to it properly. I enjoy it, innit? It's very toxic. You know?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so yeah, of course, on brand and that. But that singing, rapping, auto-tune stuff, just talking about it.
What's his name?
VORY, VORY.
I'll check that out.
17 songs long, under 50 minutes.
Kanye West on a feature.
Kanye West on a feature.
That's good.
Young Blue.
Young Blue's been doing the rounds.
Yeah, he's not got too many features on there, to be fair. It's a lot of VORY, to be fair. He's got Wallow speaking at the end as well, which is a nice touch. So yeah, no, I enjoyed that. In terms of songs, I've been listening to obviously A2 Downstairs. I'm still listening to Tomi Agape, Lovers Rock, and the recommendation I'll give from VORY's album is IJS is a song. So those are my recommendations: A2 Downstairs, Tomi Agape, Lovers Rock, and VORY IJS. Chrissy, anything you're listening to?
No, nothing new.
Nothing new. Okay. I mean, if it's old, you should still say what you listen to. You know? Just classics.
Yeah.
You're a classic babe.
I'm a classic
That's right.
babe.
Vans?
No.
Okay, thanks for coming again, my bro.
The thing is that like music's my thing. I'll come on and speak about music all day.
Yeah.
Just from where we sat last week, I haven't really listened to much.
It was outside a lot, so it weren't really.
I listened to VORY's thing today. Some of it I listened to Post Malone's thing.
I've not given that listen yet. I want to listen to it.
It's okay. I like Post Malone. I liked his last album, but this one is very I don't know, country.
Country.
Oh, is it too white?
I think it's a commercial. It's a country
with a lot of radio leading type songs.
Okay.
I mean, he's always gonna excel. He's always gonna sell.
Okay. Yeah.
He's a big deal. He's an A-list. But you saw a dramatic drop with the first week sales. Obviously, I know that numbers ain't always a reflection.
There's a lot of theories behind that. He's having label issues, so that plays a part. And
yeah,
the way they are
Billboard have changed. So
the bundles things. Yeah. So you're seeing a lot of acts that their numbers are dropping massively. But
so
it's because of how
people like Kendrick. So you know, like you can kind of get what I'm saying here. But it wasn't something that I would go back to. Can't lie. I like the song with Roddy Ricch. But there's a lot of songs that aren't necessarily memorable.
Okay.
For what he's done in the past.
I get that.
I mentioned A2 the Upstairs Downstairs last week. So yeah, that's really.
Oh, like if it weren't for the fact that I think recording today rather than Tuesday probably played an advantage, and the fact that I didn't come out with everyone on Sunday, innit? That's why I had a bit of time to sit down. But if it weren't for that, because of Bank Holiday Jubilee and just running around a lot, sometimes I can't listen to music in that state. Like if I'm not back in like with Chris, like routine, gym, work, even a commute, like those things.
Oh, that's how good.
Yeah, like I need that. So
and
speaking
I know
of the gym.
Okay, speaking of the gym, sorry. Go on.
How many times have you guys been to the gym in the last 7 days?
3.
Yay!
You think I could have an event and not go and do my shoulders?
I had my first year. Thank you.
No, we don't ask guests. That's fine.
Oh, thank you.
Vans?
I went twice.
Okay. Good job, lads.
All that matters, he fit the suit. That's all that matters. As long as the suit fits.
The suit fit, yeah.
That's all that matters.
The suit, was suiting.
The suit was suiting.
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
There's no other UK.
Mini Kings. which consists of Rags Original, Benji Flows, and someone else. Can't remember. But a collective. They've just dropped something.
And cool, say that again. What's the name?
Mini Kings.
Mini Kings.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've dropped
Rags and Benji Flow are super talented. Do you listen to Benji Flow, Rags Original? Benji Flow is My Bella, innit?
That song.
Yeah, My Bella.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
Benji Flow and Rags is like, you know.
Heard the name before.
Yeah, them man.
They're very talented.
They're very talented. I speak highly of them. They've got like a collective called Mini Kings, and they're coming out with a project soon. And I think their single today, New Skincare, is out.
New Skincare, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I really like skincare.
Right up my alley. Let's go there.
Yeah. I've got time for that, man. So I want to say massive thank you to Manny for coming on, my guy. Go ahead, give me 5. Love and respect.
Thank you, Manny, for coming, man. I think it's been in the works for a while.
We've been speaking. So I wanted him on around the time LMA, because obviously music and pop culture is his thing. So when the LMA album was coming, I was like, I just thought like, this would be a good time to have him on. Obviously Dan was on as well, so like, we perfectly get them on together. But it was just scheduled, didn't make sense. And thank you as well for being flexible with regards to times, moving Tuesday around, just doing Wednesday.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Like, sorry about that. But, yeah.
No problem at all.
Do you know what's so mad? I was being mad apologetic, and he was just like, bro, I actually would rather record Wednesday than Tuesday.
The day off.
Yeah.
Oh, one of them ones.
I didn't want to feel like I was inconveniencing him when I was like, can you move around? And he was like, no, super cool. So listen, it's always nice to make things easy for you. So you know, and he pulled up with Magnum.
Things hard for people.
So
he pulled up with the Maggies. So you know, it's always gonna be a favorite in my book. I listen, man. Like sometimes when you tweet, I'm like,
we see each other.
Gets it. He gets it. But yeah, man. Thank you so much for coming down.
Definitely love having you back in whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
And whenever you're back podcasting, you want to do a crossover. I promise you that in public, so I can't let you down.
Yeah.
So, you know,
No, of course, absolutely.
We'll definitely
keep on going as well.
Yeah,
please.
keep it going.
Yeah, you
going,
too as well, man. You know,
keep it going.
We didn't do a What Are You Watching segment, but next week I'm sure we'll have enough time to tuck into some Love Island chat.
Yeah,
we can
and
do
P
that.
Valley is back.
Okay, P Valley.
My
I'm so
faves.
happy it's back. I'm happy it's back.
Shout out to K.
I don't think I haven't watched it, but I've seen people talking about this Elvis film or documentary.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp's doing it.
Is Johnny Depp playing
I don't even know.
Elvis?
They say Johnny Depp's after he won the case, he's back outside. Yeah.
Jesus. Oh gosh.
Where
I
can
think
people
so.
engage, interact with you, socials, your podcast? Just let them know.
The podcast, the Classic Manny Show, Twitter, DE Classic Man, so THEE Classic Man, the Classic Man on Instagram and TikTok. Yeah.
You're on TikTok as well, yeah.
I'll post it.
Okay, just remember, send me your handles. I'll put it in the description as well.
I will.
And when you are back, what is your schedule in
this
regards
one,
to posting? I mean, for your podcast, what days are you going to be out?
Tuesdays, because that's when the day I was born. That's why I picked Tuesdays.
Okay.
But I'm flexible as well. It depends, because sometimes work as well be holding me. So I aim for Tuesdays, but if not, maybe a Wednesday.
Pick a day and stick to it, please.
Yeah.
Bro.
Tuesday.
Manny's
Tuesday.
tired.
You know what? I appreciate that discipline. So Tuesday. Tuesday.
Listen, Manny's tired from fighting all the E-mans.
Oh no! I hate that nickname so much. The E-mans, yeah.
Yeah, man's is dumb, you know. He had a one.
Listen, he knew what he was doing. He knew that
He's like, yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, you're tired from fighting all the E-mans.
That's funny, you know. That's so dumb. I've enjoyed this. It's late though.
Yeah.
Home is
I'll
calling
book
me.
an Uber. I can listen.
Yeah, we've got to get home at a good time. I want to say
I'm
once
hungry.
again, thanks to everyone that does engage and interact with the podcast, and thanks
Yeah.
for listening.
Offthecuffpod.
Yeah.
Hashtag, please.
Nigga.
If we saw you last Friday, thank you for coming out. If we didn't see you, I hope we see you soon. I hope you enjoyed your bank holiday, because I definitely did. And yeah, man, just thanks for all the love and support. It doesn't go unnoticed, unmissed, and my heart is full.
My heart is very full, man. Shout out to all the
that.
people that come up to either myself or Fols or Chrissy.
Even Chrissy,
or Haich.
Essie, my
Do you know
sister,
what I'm
Haich,
saying? You know, shout out to Essie, who had another successful event on Sunday. Essie and friends.
Yeah.
You know, there's always beautiful queens in that building
Yeah.
whenever Essie's about.
And aside from like obviously schedules and stuff, one thing I've noticed with a lot of us, just show up for your friends, and it's important. And that's one thing I say about everyone in this room. Obviously, Haich as well, like showing up for your friends is super important, because we're getting older, we're reaching certain milestones. You know, Shouts out Sosa. His son turned 1 recently. Like,
Shout out
just-
Sosa, man.
Just show up for your peoples, innit? So it's
So
super important, innit? So
we need our people.
we need your little village. You need your tribe, man. Car. I ain't gonna raise these kids by myself.
Yeah.
Listen, oh, your aunties and uncles.
All the prices are going up.
Yeah, you need a cool uncle with a nice little bankroll, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, buy your Jordans.
Petrol's killing me.
I hear it still. But you lot stay safe, stay blessed, and be back next week.
Peace.